everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you've been drawn to this reading, this is literally the only deck that I was guided to use for this particular batch of readings for each sign. So it's called Soul Lovers and Separation. This is for those of you who feel very connected to a person, regardless of where you are at on the journey, more than likely at a distance from one another. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what presents itself here. I am going to bring forward 3 different scenarios. So you get to choose which scenario you're most guided towards, okay? And let's take a look and see, based off of what you choose, if I'm able to tap into your situation, your journey. And if not, feel free to go ahead and, view all of the other scenarios that are coming through for this batch of readings. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Hi there, Scorpio. So here are your 3 cards that are presenting itself for this batch of readings. Feel free to go ahead and pause the video if you feel you need a little bit more time to decide which one you are most guided towards. So just like all the other signs, I have no idea what these cards say. I literally shuffle them. I try to make an effort to not look at them, and I just turn them over so that I have no idea what they are. So we're all going to discover them together, and then of course I'll go ahead and clarify with tarot what is coming through. All right, so if you've already decided, for those of you who have chosen number 1, I'm going to set these guys aside. We'll take a look at that for those who have chosen those numbers. All right, so for those who are tuning in for number 1, message number 1, let's take a look. During our separation, our love has only grown stronger. I long to see you again and unite as one. I mean, that is just straight to the point. This person doesn't want to be apart from you forever. There's a reason for the separation, of course. But this, their love for you, it continues to grow. And, if you relate to that as well for yourself and wanting to come back into union despite where you guys are at right now. So let's see what presents itself here for Soul Lovers and Separation. For Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. You could also, of course, be cross-watching for Scorpio. Okay, so let's grab some tarot. Okay, so we have somebody here that might not have been ready for the type of commitment that you needed them to bring forward in the partnership. Maybe Divine Feminine, this is a masculine that you were dealing with. Divine Feminine coming in as the Queen of Swords. So what I feel, especially when I see the Queen of Swords in a spread, I feel this very intense energy from the feminine that you're not going to be putting up with any sort of drama or nonsense from somebody that just really, might just be playing with your affections, or they just perhaps were interested in a physical connection. There's the reference to the 3 of Pentacles, which is about 2 people who are working together. So if that wasn't exactly happening, it's already coming through here for number 1, that more than likely a Divine Feminine took a stance and decided to break free, or to be able to possibly cut out this person. If they wanted their freedom, I feel, my feminines, you probably gave them that freedom. Maybe they weren't expecting it. It could have actually surprised them that you might have given them an ultimatum perhaps. But, it's almost like the moment that happened and you gave them their freedom, I have a feeling it was almost like an instant regret, whether or not they ever told you this. You guys are in separation. That's why you're guided to this reading. So this could be internal. This is how they felt once they realized perhaps that they made a mistake. There could have been a third-party situation here for some of you guys. Yeah. Okay. We've got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I'm just feeling this vibe where, and I'm feeling it stronger for my feminine simply because of that Queen of Swords card coming through here. You knew sooner than your masculine what it is or what it was that you wanted at that time. And so you took action, and I feel part of the Ace of Swords has given you a clearer mind to make the right choice for yourself. And that's why I'm feeling here, part of the separation might be because you probably cut your masculine out here. Got the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, there's the opportunity for perhaps a new beginning here for you and this person, but that can only happen if the Three of Pentacles vibe of teamwork and wanting the same thing is actually something that's feasible here. Wheel of Fortune, of course, representing a new cycle that's coming in. Let's see. Let's take a look, because obviously they're telling you, I long to see you again and unite as one. Four of Swords, you know, that's the time that you guys needed in order to kind of recalibrate things in your heart, in your mind, your soul when it comes to this connection. Because if what I'm feeling here is somebody who wasn't really interested in being exclusive, wasn't interested in committing fully to the partnership, that could have hurt you big time if that's your story with your person. And so you need a time to yourself, truly, to just be able to think, what is it that I want when it comes to manifesting love in my life? All right, let's see. What else? You know, it's like taking a break, taking that much necessary break from just chaos and drama in order to just calm your energy. Ooh, and we have a reversed Queen of Wands. So I'm kind of feeling here that if you were dealing with somebody who, again, just wanted to be free, they wanted to have their cake and eat it too, they wanted to explore their options, but at the same time, they could have just been stringing you along. And I feel that it's still coming through for my feminines that you got yourself out of a situation that just, it wasn't coming through as what you had initially thought, if that makes sense. Because something fizzled here, and I feel part of the reason why it fizzled was because the other person just wasn't doing their part. I'm also feeling for some of my feminines that you could have been insecure or even jealous if, let's just say, your person was talking to somebody else, or you found out that there was a third-party situation going on. But you also weren't the type to just sit there and take it, you know? Death card. There's our Scorpio card. If you represent the Scorpio here, you definitely got yourself out of a situation that was no longer serving a purpose in your life. But look at this card coming through, guys. Look at this. Four of Cups. Okay, first of all, it does represent the disconnection between two people. There's apathy there. You know, we clearly see the regrets that this person has. And again, I kind of picked up off of that vibe the moment they decided to either break free or you gave them their freedom. Big time regrets. Almost instantly, it's like, oh, wait, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but that's what I've been given here. You know, this longing to see you again, I can't help but feel that they're losing hope that it might actually happen because of something that they did in the past. It's a part of their thoughts, a part of their energy, their dreams, their fantasies to come back together with you. Is that possible? Is it really possible? We've got two cards coming through. Look at that. We've got the Fool and we have the Star. Maybe this person feels like they really did make a fool of themselves. How they treated you, how things ended between the two of you. They're still being guided back to you though. You know, regardless of whether you would take them back or reject them or not even want to talk to them. The way it's presenting itself here, they're still hoping, they're still wishing that you won't do that, that you'll give them a second chance, that you'll at least give them the opportunity to open up the conversation. You know, so the universe gave them this connection with you. It was a beautiful connection. They clearly did not recognize it for what it was at that time, and now they regret it. So if there were third parties, if, you know, there was a lot of drama, whatever happened to create maybe a tower moment between the two of you, they regret how it played out. And I'm just feeling, again, with my feminines showing up, Queen of Swords and reversed Queen of Wands here, it's almost like the passion burnt out. The energy, the good vibes, it kind of fizzled out because they were investing their time with other people. And so, again, I'm feeling Divine Feminine took a stance, and this masculine just, it really caught them off guard. They didn't think that that was ever going to happen. And now that it's a part of their reality, they're kind of wallowing in their sorrows, and they can't help but feel so much regret because they have come to the realization that they still love you. That's what I've got for number one. That was intense, guys. I don't know who that was for, but you've got somebody here that deeply regrets that you guys are in separation. All right, so if you chose number 2, here is your card. I am involved with someone else, and it wouldn't be fair to either of you to pursue our connection at this time. So this might be for those of you who already know that this person is in another relationship. That could have been a thing right from the very beginning. You know, maybe the attraction was clearly real between the two of you, but we have someone else in the picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can find out about number 2 here. So very specific. Now, if you don't relate to that message, feel free to go ahead and watch number 1 or 3. But that is what's coming through for this one. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Or those who are cross-watching for Scorpio. All right, so they're telling you here they're already involved with somebody else. So in a way, they're being responsible. They know that it would create chaos, that it really wouldn't be fair for either you, the other person, you know. Look at this. We've got the 7 of Cups. That is followed by the 3 of Swords. So for those of you that already knew you were getting yourself mixed up in a third-party situation, you know, maybe it abruptly ended or they stopped it. I'm just feeling like it could have gotten more involved, but either you stopped it or they stopped it. I'm feeling more so this is for those of you who had some real legit feelings or a real attraction towards somebody that might have already been in a relationship, and before it went any further, they kind of put a stop to it. But it still hurt, you know, I'm kind of feeling that. They definitely, at one point in time, entertained those other possibilities. Somebody cut this out. Okay. It could be reversed for your situation, but what I'm feeling here is somebody might have ended things with you. You know, they finally had that light bulb moment and they realized that they needed to stop this before it got way more complicated. So this is them finally getting their clarity to just stop what was going on. More than likely, this was a love triangle, and they ultimately knew that if it continued, you all would get way more hurt than it actually played out. Yeah, look at this. We've got the 8 of Cups. Again, if it's reversed for your situation, then of course take it that way. But I'm just feeling that somebody that you might have been involved with who was already in another relationship, they probably ended things with you and they walked away from the situation and the connection because they did not want to cross that boundary. They didn't want to take it any further that it had gone. Look at this. We've got the Two of Swords. So yeah, for number 2, this one seems to be stuck. It is where it is because somebody put a stop to, I'm just getting a third party situation here. It was complicated. For some of you guys, maybe you both were in other relationships at the time that you met. So it could have gotten really messy. We've got the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, they didn't want to be the responsible party to create so much drama here. They didn't want to have to be responsible for this type of burden that they would have had to carry. Okay, let's see what else. Six of Swords. Yeah, it's time to move on from this. Leave it behind because it's stuck. It's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. There's too many conflicts here, guys. Look, we've got the Five of Wands. You know, it's almost like you're fighting for somebody's love, fighting for their attention, fighting for their heart, fighting for the relationship, but they can't fight because they're already in another relationship. So, you know, this is like one of those, what is the phrase? Like you're fighting a losing battle, that sort of thing. They're not going to compromise their home, their family, their relationship, or maybe even a marriage to pursue a third party any further, you know. So this makes sense for me. If this is your story, Scorpio, that you just open up your heart to the possibilities of new love coming in. Somebody completely brand new that you have no prior connections with. Because I feel there's a lot of drama here. It could have turned into something way more filled with drama. You know, it's like the tower times a million. It just could have blown up. It was just a mess. So they avoided turning it into a bigger mess. That's what I'm feeling. So with the Ace of Cups presenting itself here, it's now time for you to give back to yourself. I feel this relationship definitely ended that cup for you. It emptied it out. There's nothing in it. So you have to work on yourself to be able to focus on loving you for a change. You know, to be able to fill that cup of love for yourself first before you can experience the love that you're looking for outside of yourself. Bottom of the deck, look at that. You've got the Sun. You could connect with a Leo, okay? But this is basically telling you that once you close this chapter once and for all and just focus on a future that you could have with somebody else, that's when you can have this happiness and contentment and fulfillment in your life. That's what I've got. All right, guys, so pretty intense message there, but that is how it presented itself. All right, so if you chose number 2, that is the message. All right, guys, if you chose the 3rd card, let's go ahead and find out and see what that is. So again, I haven't seen it. Let's go ahead and turn it over and see what it is. I am planning a surprise engagement. I want to ask you to marry me. Will you say yes? Whoa. Now, for some of you guys, that could have been a reality. That could have already happened. Some of you guys could have been married. Some of you guys could have been engaged to get married, but maybe something happened and it created some sort of situation where you guys broke things off. All right, so let's grab some tarot and see what is up with number 3. Again, another very specific storyline coming through here. So obviously only take it if it makes sense for you. All right, so planning a surprise engagement. What is going on? Look at this. Do you see that? Romantic proposals. Knight of Cups. But why are you guys in separation? Ooh, that's interesting. This could have been why. 7 of Cups. Followed by the Knight of Wands. Followed by the 8 of Wands. For number 3, what I'm feeling is you guys might have just moved too fast. You know, maybe you didn't even know each other that long and you guys were already talking about marriage and committing to each other, you know, for the rest of your lives. You could have also been dealing with somebody who really didn't mean what they were saying, you know? Maybe they just treated you as an option. Maybe they had so many other people that they were talking to. Or it could have also been like a string of people that they were saying the same things to. You know, it's like, oh, what does the future have in store for us? You know, what would life be like if we got married? Oh my God, maybe we should talk about moving in together. You know, all of those things that couples do. But I have a feeling you could have been dealing with somebody here who just wasn't very serious about what they were putting forth, you know, what they were saying, what it was that they ultimately communicated that they wanted. I have a feeling that they could have been deceptive somehow. This could be a divine masculine who maybe the physical connection could have been amazing, but this is somebody who really isn't capable of committing 100%. That's just what I'm getting there. What is up with that? Look at this, Two of Pentacles, you see? They weren't serious. That's the vibe that I'm getting. You know, they had other things going on with other people. I'm feeling, yes, the possibility of a third party, but I'm almost feeling like it could have been even between more than 3 people. You know, they had maybe 2 or 3 people that they were talking to. Oh, wow. But Divine Feminine, you are coming in as the Empress. And so you might have been dealing with a masculine who just wanted to play the field. You know, the whole grass is greener way of thinking. They weren't really looking for long-term commitment. They just wanted to play. That could have explained why there was this on and off thing between the two of you. Now, some of you guys might have actually experienced maybe an unexpected pregnancy, and so that could have been why they proposed or why you guys talked about getting married. But maybe after a while you guys realized, okay, no, we would just be doing it for all the wrong reasons. Or some of you guys actually had a child or children together, but they just are not capable of going the distance, perhaps. I'm also getting, if this is an ex-partner that you were hoping would really give their all, meaning that things could go in the direction towards marriage and really building a life together. If they just weren't capable of that before, perhaps this is what they're telling you now. And that could explain why it's coming in as a surprise, because maybe you can't picture it. Okay, let's see. So that is the $1 million question. Will you say yes? They really have to be doing it for all of the right reasons, though. But they're willing to prove it, okay? You could have been dealing with somebody who just wasn't capable of putting in the effort or the work in the relationship before. But maybe they've grown, they've matured, and they're telling you here, I'm willing to do the work to prove to you that I'm marriage material, that I'm the type of person that you could actually, you know, believe in. Look at that, Two of Cups. Yeah, they see you as their ideal person, but maybe they didn't see that before because there were other people in the picture here. I'm not surprised to see that. Yeah, if there's any apprehension on your part, that's probably because you guys had a tower moment, and part of the reason for the separation is because they had other people they were talking to, or it was just outright cheating. Let's see what else. Teamwork, 3 of Pentacles. That is what they're hoping to bring your way if you end up accepting them back into your life. But, you know, this is somebody that more than likely you have let go of. You've detached. Your heart has perhaps really addressed where things have gone with this person, and maybe you're not interested. That could be for some of you. But what they could possibly be hoping for as well is, you know, of course, they know and recognize why you guys broke up to begin with. But what they might be proposing at this point is that if you guys can actually get past the issues from what happened, you know, to just be able to move forward and to focus on the type of future that you guys can build together. And then we've got the Eight of Cups. So this could be for you, the viewer, you know, that you've already moved on, you've left them in the past, you've walked away, that was your decision, and you're good with that. But you might just get an unexpected form of communication or surprise from somebody that you have been in separation from maybe for a while now. So they still feel connected to you. I feel they've got maybe an apology coming your way, or really wanting to just maybe check things out to see if you're even receptive to talking, or just opening up the conversation to see if this is even a possible way of coming back together. I'm just feeling more so that, especially for my feminines, you wouldn't be so quick to take them back, because ultimately they had their chance to prove themselves to you back then. But we're seeing some drama here. So if you decide that, you know, they reach out to you, you're not interested, you're going to stay where you're at, they might finally get to a point where they accept that decision. But I feel a little bit of an antsy energy from someone from your past. So they might return and to just be able to see you again. And it's totally up to you the direction that this goes. That's what I've got. All right, guys. Hopefully one of these messages resonates with you. For some reason, for the Scorpio readings, it was very specific, you know, the way it presented itself. But, you know, if I didn't tap into your situation this time, no big deal. I will hopefully be able to in a future reading. If you are interested in your own reading, I would love to do that for you. That info is down below in the description box, and I'll link all the decks you see here. Thank you so much, Scorpio. See you next time. Bye-bye.